Joy.
Ikaw, Mighty.
Ayan. Magandang araw sa mga kabataang Methodista at kahit hindi Methodista from all over the Philippines and maybe all over the world. So this is our first ever video blog or podcast, whatever you call it, ng Young People's Ministries sa Philippines. So ngayon, kasama ko si Joy. Her full name is Joy Eva Bohol, and she's currently the president of the National United Methodist Youth Fellowship in the Philippines. And gaano ka nakatagal dyan, Joy?
I've been here for 1 year and 7 months.
Wow. Tagal-tagal na rin, ha? Still have a few months ahead of you. So, ayan, I just wanted to ask a few questions about youth leadership. So, Joy, can you tell us, how did you get started as a youth leader?
Okay, as a youth leader, well, in our district, because we always start in the local, then the district, annual, then the national, I started in our first district level as a district officer because there's no one available to lead the district. So they told me that, hey Joy, you have to run as an officer to the district level. I was like, what? What's that? But I've seen ates and kuyas who are working in the district level, but still I didn't know what my obligations were because I only see them during Christmas camps and not in other activities within the year. So I don't really know what to do. But since my role is just a secretary, so I thought I would just be writing during the meetings. So that my leadership life started during that time when I was 14 years old.
Wow, that's pretty young.
14.
And for those who are not aware, kasi sa United Methodist Youth, we have several levels. So, umpisa it's the local church level, and on top of that is the district level. At susunod doon would be the annual conference, and then we have the national level. So Joy started out, syempre, as a local church, and then she got into the district level as a secretary.
Yes.
And then your journey started there.
Yes,
Right?
as secretary until the annual level.
Yeah, so, syempre, kasabay nung pag-develop ng leadership skills mo, can you tell us, siguro, maybe just one person who influenced you greatly in becoming a leader?
Well, it's my sister, Jonah, because she started also in the local, district, annual, and then the national. So, she has always been my model, and even my brother's model, that, nobody's stepping out for leadership role in our conference, in our area. So, she's really the one initiating things. Even if she's not an officer, she started initiating things for the annual level until she was recognized and she became an annual officer until a national officer. So what inspired me about her life is that she initiates things even without any person's advice, or even if she's not into that, she doesn't have the position, even if she doesn't have the title, she still makes initiative because of her vision for the young people in the Visayas. And she was the first national officer from the Visayas who completed her commitment for 2 years.
Nice. Actually, I know your ate, si Jonah, kasi my first time to attend the National Youth Conference, kaming dalawa yata yung pinakabata doon. That was like back in 1998. So imagine. Ang tagal na. Yeah, it's really fun. And siguro that's important din, no? Ang nabanggit mo kanina na even if she has no possession, she's still doing things because of her vision for young people. So, as a leader, minsan hindi nakatuon doon sa possession yung leadership mo. It's really, you want to do something, and then do something about it. So, ayun, alam ko medyo minsan the demands on your time and schedule could be heavy. So, how do you balance your personal life tsaka yung leadership life mo?
Well, actually, I think leadership is a lifestyle, and there's no conflict between personal life and leadership life, because as a leader, you become a leader every day of your life. So even if I'm in the house, actually in the house, my parents would always tell me, "Wow, Joy, nanginginig kami sa iyo." So siguro, even at the house,
Yeah?
I'm a leader. Sana not hit
Ay, ikaw
mo
ba
kind of
nag-uusap sa, ikaw nag-uutos sa nanay mo?
And even at, like sa ano din sa chores, like jab, you know,
Ate-ate, ah.
yeah. So siguro in a way, it's a lifestyle. So there's no conflict. Even if I'm here sa dormitory, sa boarding house ko, I lead them. I just suggest, and then they would say, yeah, right, ate. Okay, so I lead them in different aspects. So I think there's no conflict, and because as a leader also you are a good follower.
Yeah.
So wherever you are, if you are with people na they have higher ranks than you, so as a leader you have to respect them, and then okay, you have to submit to them like that. So I think there's no conflict at all.
Yeah. So, from talking about your leadership experiences and your journey, tignan naman natin yun sa mga kabataan ngayon. Kasi syempre, ikaw nasa Methodist Youth ka and
Yes.
you're leading youth ages 12 to 24,
24.
diba? So ngayon, what do you think are the top challenges facing our young people today?
Well, the top challenges, siguro number one, finances, Kasi, di ba, they said that when you're a young person, you have the time, you have the energy,
Yes.
but you don't
You
have
don't have the money.
So, that would be the first challenge, physically. But then, other thing is also relationship. Siguro, top priority is the relationship also. Kasi, aside from the physical issues, there's the spiritual and also relational issues. Now you have to deal with different people. As a young person, you have to deal with pastors. You
Yeah.
have to deal with other lay members who doesn't share the same vision as you have, who
Right,
doesn't welcome youthfulness, new ideas like that.
Yeah.
And when you do something out from their expected work that they really expected from you, then they would scold at you, or they won't give you any budget for your program.
Tama.
So relationship really is a problem also. And among the young people also, relationship among the young people, especially when an officer has a relationship already, with the other sex.
So you
then,
mean boyfriend,
girlfriend, and
Uh-huh.
then other officers would say, "Oh, she's not doing her task anymore because she's busy with this, with the boyfriend or the girlfriend," like that. So I have some young people in the annual level telling me that that's their problem with an annual officer. So that's why they cannot move because of the president is like this, the vice president something. So relationship really, and it's so hard that because in the secular world, just do specific things on your own for yourself.
Yeah.
But here, especially with young people, very energetic, very
Yep.
dynamic. So you can't really say that this will be their mindset like that. Young people shifts a lot of time. So there's relationship.
Yeah. And actually, speaking of relationships, siguro nga, that's true, no? Kasi even sa mga bookstores, sa mga top-selling books,
Yeah.
something about teenage relationships and how to understand love and courtship and even sometimes marriage. But anyway, ayan. So, given these challenges, can you give any advice to young people who would want to become leaders themselves? So,
Okay.
I mean, just hope a lot of them are watching via YouTube or Facebook, maybe. So,
Okay. Well, should I discourage you, Joke? No. Well, being a youth leader, it makes you mature, and it makes you understand a lot of things. It's a very big encouragement for me to meet different people of different personalities and different age groups. And being in the youth ministry, being a youth leader makes you feel young forever, really.
Yeah.
Because they said that the secret to youthfulness
yeah.
is working with the youth and the children.
Uh-huh.
So that makes you exciting. So I encourage a lot of young people who are called into to leadership to take this challenge. Although there are many obstacles along the way, like finances, how to support yourself, because you have to work full time for the youth. You have to go anywhere else, so you cannot work in any company at all. Otherwise, they will fire you. So bad record, bad record. So you have to work full time, and you just have to depend on God full time,
Amen,
full
amen.
time, and also but even though it's hard to to predict when support would come, but the great thing is that you learn how to depend on God, and you know you would learn how to humble yourself to be able to accept help from others. Yung pride mo will be put down because God will really show you humility. Even if you're in the leadership role, God will always bring you back on foot and bring you back on the basic thing that you have to glorify God. Because Christian youth leadership is not like other leadership.
Yeah.
It's living like Christ. Christ lived a humble life, and as youth also, it brings maturity and wisdom that all these experiences would become an experience, would become um, a tool for you to grow spiritually and also emotionally, and hopefully not physically. Because I grew physically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see the blessings. So I encourage a lot of young people to really follow God's calling, because and expect that when you follow God's calling, it would be a hard road ahead. But in the end, by the end of the day, you would always praise God for all the wonderful things that you achieved, that you gained, and all the friends that you have, and all the exposures that you had, and everything that follows, and even the blessings to your family, not only to yourself but also to your family and the people around. So much blessing, really.
Yeah. And I remember, there's a running joke among national officers, di ba? Na kapag ka magna-national officer ka, you grow physically. Like,
Oh,
at
no.
least, hindi na halata na wala ka masyadong pinagkukunan ng pera.
Yes.
But, ibig sabihin, may kinakain ka pa. And God is still supporting you. So,
Yes.
yeah. Thank you, Joy, for this time. And
Sure.
for our viewers, YouTube, sa Facebook, it has been a great time. This is Joy Eva Bohol. She's from Cebu, although she's staying in Quezon City now because of her work with the United Methodist Youth Fellowship. So, until next time, I hope that you are blessed today. You will also were challenged to start your leadership journey. Thanks.
Okay. Okay.
Nice.